Staying after disrespect always lowers your price. You think you're showing them how loyal you are. You think you're proving that you're committed. You're the bigger person, that you can weather any storm. But that's not what they see. When somebody crosses a clear boundary and you stay right where you are, you just taught them what it costs to mistreat you. And the answer is absolutely nothing. You didn't prove your loyalty, you just proved your tolerance for disrespect. In business, if a client breaches a contract and you keep doing the work for free, they don't respect your work ethic. They just realize they don't have to pay you anymore. Relationships are the exact same way. Even Jesus told the disciples, if you go into a town and they don't receive your peace, shake the dust off your feet and keep it moving. He didn't tell them to stay and to beg for respect. He told them to take their value somewhere else. Your presence is a privilege. Stop treating it like it's a negotiation. If they can't afford the respect, they don't get the access. It's that simple.
In order to enslave a people, it is important to control the woman womb. He who controls the woman, the womb, surely controls the nation, her children. This is the most secret, highest knowledge used by all slave masters. Those having this knowledge know the key to civilization.
The mere fact that you are still in this motherfucker at this time, at this late period of time, no matter if you came into it yesterday, you are at the right phase of where you're supposed to be. I am that I am. You see what I'm saying? So I am where I'm supposed to be. So it's the same where I'm supposed to be. It's the same thing with people. My friend, I got a friend, he just hates the church. And he said he even studied Du Bois, and Du Bois hated the damn religion. Because Du Bois learned a lot of valuable things as he went on. You know, he thought the talented him and all that kind of shit, but he found that the country wasn't down with it. He became straight communist and all that type of things later on. So he hated religion and he hated the church. But this brother here hates religion, he hates the church, and he was up in here was trying to tell us, you know, we study all this damn Afrocentric knowledge, but brother, you still in the church. And Bobby, I need you to drop on this brother about the church. And I was like, no, I'm not going to say nothing to that brother. And the brother was a very nice and humble brother. And the brother said, no, I understand about the knowledge, but right now I go to church, you know, because I'm getting a spiritual nourishment. And I remember something C. Freeman L. used to say, if a person is in the church, that's where that person is supposed to be. Because if that person goes to church every day and can't see past the bullshit, that means he is not at that level, alchemically wise, to understand that this is a bunch of bullshit. So he needs to be there until he understands. And it might take a couple of lifetimes. In this particular point, it might take his ass getting killed because we at the end. But still, yeah, when C. Freeman L. used to say, a person is where he is because that's where he's supposed to be, based on his incarnation and what he actually understands. So a person that is with Rabboni needs to be with Rabboni. A person that's with the Nation of Islam, they need to be at that Nation of Islam structure. A person that deals with the NAACP, they need to be with that structure. And it is not based on the person who is the adept or the teacher to come in and tell him likewise. When the student is ready the teacher will appear. That's alchemical phase. That's why they say don't cast pearls to swine. Let the dead lie with the dead. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, everybody is at the level where they're supposed to be at this particular time. And it's not the type of movement where you got to go and get souls. The church does that. They feel they got to get everybody to believe their way. And if you ever saw a damn Christian, you know it's a cult. Because they think that when they come up on you out in the street, that this is the first time you're ever hearing the word of Jesus Christ. You ever heard this shit before? You know the Lord. Now he's talking to me like, this brother is dead. He don't know nothing about Jesus, so I'm going to tell him. Which is really a contradiction with black people, because every black person know about Jesus. Every nigga around the damn liquor store to quote Bible verses. Good. And debate your ass and show you in the Bible where the shit say so. So that's just a part of our culture to know Christianity. But the average Christian that gets into the fundamentalistic thing is always coming up to you. Do you know Christ and want to damn preach to your ass and all of that. And not only that, I tell him, I say, I am a minister. So I might be a minister of Christianity, but that ain't good enough. You got to come to my damn church. You see. But that person is where that person is supposed to be, and that's the alchemical phase, and it's in that particular book which is one of the best books to break down that alchemy, The Modern Alchemist, which is the study of melanin. The Modern Alchemist, which is psychology, which is the psychological aspect of that particular part.
They know civil rights ain't human rights. Once you start dealing with human rights, you bypass human rights and get into the rights of men and women, which is now the level of God. Nobody can administer those things. So what they do is they demote you from man and woman to being human. Then from being human to mankind. Then from mankind to a beast, to a Negro, whatever.
Wow,
so,
man.
That's why they had to get us to accept his version of everything, because in 1956, our status became extraterritorial again, meaning that we all could reclaim our original nationalities prior to the conflict. So what they had to do was create the Indian Act that would govern all the real Indians and take them out of their original status. The other name for the Indian Act is the Civil Rights Act.
Damn.
But it was to get the original Indians, i.e. the Moors, because the Indian was just a misnomer for the Moors that they labeled Los Indios, meaning those without God. And once they labeled them as Indians or Los Indios, they had to create an act, a bill to move them out of the specific placeholder that they rightfully had and move them into a fiction. So they could move the Siberians into the Indian thing that they had been training.
I'm coming back. Just check the pulse, you feel the heat from the tracks. Bayonet and that more, I'm on your back. Fall behind my back, well I've heard it all before, but I'm stepping out, so you know I'm ready for war.
You thought I stayed down, drowning your doubt, but I'm rising up, and I'm ready to shout.
I'm on your neck, bayonet, I'm here to collect. Add more, watch out, I'm coming. For your respect, for the young and the old, my name ringing like that. Money long as the road,
So you know I'm a threat, money long got stacks. I ain't never holding back, switching lanes, laughing hard, yeah, I'm on the attack. Wonder where I'm at, check your past, don't forget. I forget, won't forget, baby, that's a bet.
this is a warning, but I heed my call. The dead has arisen, I'm ready to brawl. I'm on your neck, bayonet, I'm here to collect. Add more, watch out, I'm loving. For your respect, for the young and the old, my name ringing like that. Money long as the road.
So I know I'm a threat, just remember my name. Yeah, that goes in your head, from beginning to end. More, your reputation's there.
And where do they arrive at in the combination of the number 7? You come over here and I'll show you why also number 7 has this mystical value. Because it is a combination of 4, and 4 being the fourfold nature of man. It's you, okay? physical, intellectual, spiritual, and emotional, plus 3. 3 is the number of body, soul, and spirit, the resurrection, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, okay? 4, which means you, plus that which is the Trinity of the Godhead, equals 7. And then 7 takes on that number. That when the Godhead, Father, soul, and spirit intervene into your life, a physical, intellectual, spiritual, and emotional, you have the divine intervention of God. So number 7 becomes a number of divine intervention. Never look in the Bible, as these people try to teach you, and say that it's going to be 7 days of this, 7 years of tribulation, 7 this, 7 that. 7 means divine intervention, okay? So when they say there's going to be 7 years of tribulation, it doesn't mean that God sends 7 years of terror on people. It means when you have tribulations in your life, God is going to intervene, okay? God is going to intervene and show you a way out of it, okay? 7 and 4 also have a combination which adds up to the mystical number of perfection, which is 12. You take the fourfold nature of man times that which is the number of resurrection and new life, the Trinity, and you get that which is 12. 12 is the number of perfection. It is the number of the zodiac. It is the number of the disciples of Christ. It is the number of the sympathetic nerve systems in the human body that surround the solar plexus, okay? Now, you'll be able to see actually how this number 7 is used to show intervention and not just saying, well, you got to do this 7 times. In Genesis 6, Jonah, okay, in Genesis 6, we're talking about Noah and going into the ark. Now, how many people went into the ark? There was Noah, there was Noah's wife, there was Noah's 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Jephthah, okay? Now, Noah is you. Noah is you. The wife is your spiritual nature, and then you have Shem, Ham, and Jephthah, okay, and Jephthah's and Ham and Shem's wives. So Shem, Ham, and Jephthah, their 3 wives, total 6. Noah's wife is 7, and that symbolizes those 7 chakras.
And we never look at the definition of American. We so busy saying we not American, we not even knowing that we the true Americans. What's an American? An Aboriginal, or one of the various copper-colored natives found on the American continent by the Europeans. The original application of the name is us, copper-colored people. So when you say, who is that? That's us. Now, what's interesting and what has to be dealt with is the issue of identity theft, and identity fraud. These are not Americans. According to the definition, you can read it yourself. Screenshot it. Black, Blake, pale, wan, blaken, to become pale, to turn white, to bleach, also to lighten, bleak. These all come from the 1849, 1854, 1859 editions of the Noah Webster Dictionary. This is from dictionaries. This ain't from nobody's opinion. This is what the word black means. Don't argue with me. Don't debate with me. Debate with Noah Webster Dictionary.
It hit different.
To become pale. So when you identify as a black person, you don't understand and realize that this is what you're saying that you is. And you can never be them. They can never be us, which are Moorish Americans, and we can never be them, which is black people.
I know you fucking lying.
You've been getting tricked by committing identity fraud. They've been committing identity theft.
It's over.
You've been getting tricked out your identity, and it's been your own people. The United Negro League, the NAACP, FBA, the NOI, and all of the rest of them. The Pan-Africans, the Indians, they all been finessing you out your identity this whole entire time.
Oh, you motherfuckers. I'm putting cases on all you bitches.
It's been your own people that's been telling you that you a black person, knowing that you can never be a black person because black means to bleach. Black means pale. These ain't white people. These are black people. Fam, the Jedi mind trick is wild. When you really start looking at definitions from multiple sources, from dictionaries, it'll blow your mind. This ain't from no Moore Science Temple. This is from a Webster's Dictionary, 1828.
Oh, I didn't know that. I know you didn't know that. That's why you shouldn't write on the internet so much.
You always have the part of the consciousness, which is the male, which is the mind, the female, which is the spirit. One of the things that you begin to learn as you begin to understand how male and female are used in mysticism is that old admonition that a wife must be subjected to her husband. Well, wife means emotional nature in mysticism. The husband means the mind. And what the Bible is saying is not that a wife should do what her husband says. That's ridiculous. What it's saying is that the emotional nature of man must be subjected to the renewed mind. Because if the mind is subjected to the emotional nature, then you've got all kinds of chaos. But do you know how many ministers, and I guess priests and everybody else, have told women, well, you've got to do what he says because the Bible says it. They're looking at a symbol, they're interpreting it literally, and they're causing all kinds of grief for people because they don't understand the ways of the ancients who wrote the Bible. Now, Jesus instructed the disciples in the meanings of numbers. Jesus was a mystic. It says he never spoke but in a parable. That means he was a mystic. You see, in the Bible it says in Proverbs 1:6 that wisdom is understanding the dark sayings of the ancients. That's mysticism. But he instructed the disciples in the meanings of numbers, and Jesus expected that they had spiritual understanding. Now I want to show you something interesting. When Jesus fed the 4,000, okay, remember he fed the 4,000, that feeding of the 4,000 is called in ancient mysticism the Virgo Pisces dispensation, okay? The feeding was of the bread, which is Virgo. Now, the reason that Virgo represented the bread is because in the Virgo sign, the woman, the virgin, is holding the shaft of wheat, okay? So Virgo is the bread, and of course Pisces is the fish. So it was always called, way before Jesus got involved in it, the Virgo Pisces dispensation. And what that simply meant is that when the Christ, which is the higher consciousness, feeds the 4, that number 4 is the important number, feeds your intellect, spirit, emotional nature, and physical nature, that which is the virgin consciousness. That means no thought, where Jesus said take no thought. That's in meditation. That's feeding you the wheat or the bread. Then you can receive the fish, which is the wisdom of God.
That everything you need spiritually is already in the body. In the lore of Hiram Abiff being killed before the temple is finished, and that's the lore because it states that Hiram Abiff finished all his work for the Lord, okay? So we know it's a contrived story. And if, as most human beings allow this seminal principle, this vita libra, to be drained from the body out the south gate, okay? That's the south gate, okay? Which means it can't get either north, east, or west in order to regenerate, okay? Big major key. Now, let me say this. This does not mean that sex is a sin or wrong. We're talking about another level of human being developing. You need to know what your spiritual potentialities are so that you can use them to your advantage. Secondly, in parentheses, human beings mating should not indulge in a 7-day jump series, the jump factor in there, because they deplete their cerebral nervous system. This substance has a physiological value of regenerating, insulating, feeding the nervous system, the spinal cord, and the brain. The brain needs your spermatosa and your ovum. And if you don't believe me, take your finger and rub it behind your ears. Remember, Grandma used to say, boy, wash behind your ears, you know, because she knew something about this odor of spermatosa and ovum behind the ears and this pulp that comes out of the nose to let you know that this substance moves into the cerebral, and the brain uses it as food. Okay? We're not going to get any more brain cells. You got them all. They ain't issuing no more. If they die, and most human beings are walking around with a good percentage of their brain cells dead, then the spirit needs to regenerate the old cells. Okay? And will generate the old cells. You help that along by giving it the substance that it needs to regenerate. That substance and other substances in the body is what is called the ruins in Solomon's temple. Okay?
We look good together, hand in hand, walking down the aisle. Every moment's special, girl. You make my heart smile. Life's been a treasure hunt, and I found my prize. With you by my side, girl, the world feels like paradise. Let's embrace this moment. Love is in the air. Can I kiss you goodnight? I promise to always care. Girl, you know I love you. You're my dream come true. In this journey together, it's only me and you. With every step we take, our love will shine bright. Dancing in the name of love, all through the night. You lift me up when I feel so down. You're my crown. Every day with you feels like a vacation in town. You're my motivation, pushing me to go hard. Together we're a power couple playing our cards. I can hold the integrity. You know loyalty is key. We're building this life, just you and me. Girl, you know I love you. You're my dream come true. In this journey together, it's only me and you. With every step we take, our love will shine bright. Dancing in the name of love, all through the night, through the night. Love to love with right, and never ends. I hold you close with love that never ends. Together forever, I'm promising my best end. Close, love in many lines. Together forever, my partner, my best friend.
A woman is supposed to aspire. If a woman is not aspiring you, then it's not a woman, right? A woman is supposed to teach. The first teacher has been woman, right? A lot of people don't know. A lot of people want to say, okay, cool, man teach now, man teach everything, but how did man learn anything, right? Who fed man first? How did man learn how to eat?
What I'm asking you is,
how did man learn how to walk? How did man learn how to talk? Now let me talk. Let me talk.
Go ahead.
You asking me questions, I'm trying to give you the answer.
All right, go ahead, man.
Right? How did man learn everything? How did man learn? You're not telling me how man learned. Because did man learn from man?
Man learned from women.
Man learned from women. So why is women deleted from history? Why is there no women teachers? Come on, guys, stop playing with me.
Yeah, you need to calm down, man.
I don't need to calm down.
Okay, it doesn't mean that Jesus actually fed bread and fish to people. That has nothing to do with that. It means that this, in a parabolic type of application, symbolic application, is that when the Christ feeds your fourfold nature. That which is Virgo, which is the virgin consciousness of meditation. You then receive that which is Pisces, or the fish, which is the wisdom and understanding. Okay, when Jesus fed the 4,000, okay, how many basketfuls were left over? Well, if you don't know, I'll tell you right now. It says in the Bible there were 7. Once again, we have that number showing that when the Christ consciousness feeds your fourfold nature through the virgin mind of meditation, no thought, you receive that which is the fish or wisdom of God, which adds up to divine intervention. And I'm going to show you something very interesting in just a moment. I want to just take a break and share with you the fact that we have a lot of information about the church. The church is on one act in the number 7. We said that when Jesus fed the 4,000, it means that when the Christ nature within you, which is the higher consciousness, feeds your fourfold nature, physical, intellectual, spiritual, and emotional, the bread, which is Virgo, which is the virgin consciousness, which is the separation from thought and meditation. You receive the fish, which is Pisces, which is the wisdom of God, and that there is 7 left over. Okay? And that 7 left over means that what has entered into your life is the divine intervention of God. And here Jesus is saying in parable terms, in symbolism of the ancient mystics, how you yourself can have God directly intervene in your life. Allow the Christ to feed your fourfold nature. That means you must go into meditation. You separate from thought, as Jesus said, in profound meditation. That's Virgo, that's the wheat. You will receive the fish, the Pisces, which is the wisdom and understanding, because you will have the divine intervention of God. That's what feeding the loaves and fishes to the 4,000 means. And now you're going to say, what about feeding the loaves and fishes to the 5,000? That means feeding the 5 senses of man, and that's where 12 is left over when you reach perfection. I'll go into that in another time. But what I wanted to get to you is that Jesus asked his disciples in Mark 8:20, when the 7, okay, among 4,000 were fed, he said, how many basketfuls of fragment did you take up?
Let me tell you something. Jus sanguinis is the right of blood.
What do you mean by that?
Everybody that comes to America, or if they are in America and they have children in America, that does not make you an American, because you are not jus sanguinis to the land.
Got him. We fucking got him.
What's jus soli? Jus soli is the law of the place of one's birth, as contrasted with jus sanguinis.
Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay.
It is of a feudal origin.
We got to make it so where they can't underestimate it, where they can't doubt us, where there's nothing to say.
Just because you come to America, or you're born in America and have children here, you not a first-generation American. That shit cap. Just because you say, I had children in America, I'm a second and third generation American, you're not American. True Americans cannot be deported and kicked up out of here. This is why they can't kick us out the land. This goes to the point of how you know that whole story about slavery is cap. Think about this. If we really was kidnapped from Africa, why wouldn't they just send us back to Africa? Oh my God! Say like the 3-strike rule that they got out there in Cali. If somebody was over here in the Americas and they was a convicted felon, according to 3 strikes, wouldn't they be extradited? Couldn't they be extradited to the place of their home origin? But yet still, so-called black people who are really Moorish Americans, we get 3 strikes and we just get locked up in jail, in prisons. We don't get extradited and get sent nowhere. We just get locked up and stay here because this is our homeland. Consanguinity is kinship, blood relationship, the connection or relation of persons descendant from the same stock or common ancestor. Our common ancestors are the ancient Moabites and Canaanites, the Carthaginians, the Phoenicians, the Hamathites, the Shemites, the ancient Egyptians, the Olmecs, and so on and so on. Anytime you think of something ancient, talking about one kind of people, Moors, recognize our own jus sanguinis right of blood to the land. Book reference, Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition.
This is a fact, all right?
What he's doing is incredible, and he has another opportunity to shut everybody up.